Coming up on Unpeeled, these musicians are coming together to ensure they are being represented fairly.
And reality TV stars are joining the booth and putting football players on the hot seat.
Syracuse University performers are taking advantage of the city's bustling music scene.
And we're heading to Whoville for the stage adaptation of this holiday classic. All that and more. Unpeeled starts right now. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Rob Gabrik.
And I'm Isabella Galan. We start with new details on a death investigation. Singer David has been announced as a potential suspect in a death investigation. Back in September, a 15-year-old girl was discovered dead in an impound lot in the trunk of a Tesla registered to the singer. The girl, Celeste Rivera Hernandez, was reported missing last year.
David's Tesla was towed after being parked for multiple weeks, causing officers to believe Rivas Hernandez could have been deceased for several weeks before being discovered. The investigation is currently ongoing, with investigators saying that David is not cooperating. And in other news, there may not be any more late nights with Seth Meyers. Last Saturday, President Donald Trump called on the FCC to fire Meyers after recent jokes on air about declines in Republican support. Trump spoke out on Truth Social, accusing Meyers to be suffering of a case of, quote, Trump derangement syndrome, and suggested that NBC should take him off the air immediately.
Less than an hour later, Brendan Carr, chairperson of the FCC, reposted Trump's statement on X. On Monday, Meyers responded to Trump's comments, saying they were, quote, a thoughtful piece of fan mail. Let's hear what else he had to say.
I'm also aware that being attacked by the president this weekend doesn't make me special in any way, shape, or form. I was simply on the same list as Christopher Wray, James Comey, Indiana Republicans, Thomas Massie, Rand Paul, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and former President Joe Biden. I take no issue with the president voicing his displeasure with my show. That is his right, and on a lot of nights, he's got a point.
I think he did handle this really well, though, Rob. It could have gone south very quickly if he decided to clap back against President Trump, but I think handling it in the way that he did ended up making the situation a lot calmer than it could have been.
Like you said, I think that's probably the game that President Trump wanted him to play, was to feed into that beef, feed into that rivalry. I think that would have only given him more of a reason to, pull Seth Meyers off the air. But like you said, couldn't have handled it better. It was a rough and ugly scene with Jimmy Kimmel about a couple months ago. But, I'm happy to, I hope that this doesn't go as south as that one did. Jimmy Kimmel even came off the air for a few days.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to see any more of that,
Yeah, and at the end of the day, these were just posts made to a social media platform. No action has actually been taken. So it's just take what you will with it. Again, Seth Meyers did a great thing by saying he's just going to ignore the situation and keep on business as usual.
Yeah.
Well, Paul McCartney is joining an industry-wide protest against copyright theft by AI companies. McCartney is releasing a silent track to be added to the anti-AI album, Is This What We Want?, which was released back in February. The vinyl is filled with tracks that have almost completely silent recordings.
This comes as many musicians are trying to step up their campaign to persuade the UK government to stop technology companies from using AI without approval or paying any royalties. The vinyl's set to be released on December 8th, according to Rolling Stone. And staying in the music world, in a few short days, Ariana Grande will return to the screen in Wicked for Good. That's not all she's got coming up. Next summer, she will also begin her Eternal Sunshine Tour, which she said will probably be her, quote, final tour for a long time.
That's right, Rob. On Amy Poehler's Good Hang podcast, Grande discussed how she doesn't plan to go on tour again anytime soon, so she can focus on theater and acting. She plans to give it her all, saying it's her, quote, one last hurrah for now. Rob, I was so upset when I first didn't get tickets for the Eternal Sunshine Tour, but she is keeping it really small in order to protect herself, protect her fans, and I think it was a really smart move for her. But I really am enjoying seeing her in the acting space as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that the tour is small and intimate. Those concerts are always more fun, I feel like, but Ariana Grande has been dominating our lives.
She's a legend.
For as long as we've been alive. Victoria, Sam and Cat, and now she's in Wicked. She's considering going on Broadway. She's everywhere, and I think she's got her feet in everything because she's so good at it. I could see Ariana Grande doing whatever she wants.
Yeah, you said it. If she goes to Broadway, I think I would probably be the happiest person alive. I already have my tickets for Wicked Part 2. On Friday, I'm going with my entire family, and we got our pink and green on today to celebrate. and that movie is going to break records, I can guarantee. And I'm excited to see her in John M. Chu's Oh, the Places You'll Go in another acting role very soon.
I have a feeling we'll be getting Ariana Grande for as long as we live.
That is for sure. Well, this past weekend, Syracuse students took to the stage for the first ever Danceworks with the Stars. Danceworks, a student dance organization, had its members serve as the pros, pairing up with representatives from different SU organizations who stepped into the role of the stars. Each couple performed a 1 to 2 minute dance to a song and style of their choice.
And as you can see, our very own CitrusTV was represented by Luke Welch, who performed a disco funk dance to Boogie Wonderland. 4 judges scored the performances, and those scores were combined with the amount of fan votes each couple received. At the end of the night, First Year Players was crowned this year's champion, but CitrusTV took home 3rd place. So,
that's podium.
Podium. You'll remember everyone on the podium. I'll take it. So much fun. What an awesome event. And we'd be remiss to not acknowledge our Broadway reporter, Kate Galante.
Yes.
She did amazing representing Z89 Radio, your party station. I mean, she was out of this world.
Yeah, it was so much fun to see so many people really step out of their comfort zone because of how much pride they had for the organizations that they're involved in on campus. So many of them even said they had no prior dance experience, and I personally wouldn't have been able to tell. They all did so well. The winner, Mario, even did a back handspring.
I mean, that was unbelievable. I feel like that was kind of cheating, even letting Mario compete in that event. Mario, my former Q's Tonight guy. I mean, I was so proud to see him up there. Wish we could have had more Kate Galante, but, you know, it is what it is.
She got a perfect score, one of 2 perfect scores of the night, 10s across the board. She killed it, but so did our Luke Welch, and we are very proud of him for getting 3rd place.
We'll take it. I mean, I'm sleeping at night knowing that Kate Galante got a perfect score, and I'm happy about it. So that's all that I really care about.
For sure. Well, when we come back, it's Viva Las Vegas for the Orange as the men's basketball team takes part in a tournament in the Sin City.
And a new reality show featuring NFL players is in the works. We have more when Unpeeled is back. Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers.
Women are bad with money.
That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now,
we've got something to say.
Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses. It's all worthless, unlike us.
To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
So again, we say to that, save it.
The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds.
Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
Welcome back, Unpeelers. On Monday, Syracuse men's basketball heads to Las Vegas to take part in the Players Era Festival. But what is this in-season matchup? Luckily, our sports reporter Nathaniel Cunningham is here to break it all down. Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Rob. How about you, me, and the rest of the crew take a trip to the Sin City? I mean, you know what they say. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Either way, the second year of the Collegiate Players Era Festival gets underway this Monday. But what is this early season tournament? Well, the Players era started last year and has expanded to 18 men's squads and 4 women's teams, where each school will get $1 million towards the college's name, image, and likeness, or NIL fund. This year, half of the squads participating are top 25 schools, and some are considered the best programs in the country. So how in just 2 years did the Players era start? Well, it all happened with this guy, Seth Berger. When it comes to the game of basketball, nobody has done more than he has. Berger was a co-founder for the streetwear company And One, head coach of a Philadelphia boarding school, venture capitalist, and now founder of the first NIL-based in-season tournament. But as I'm sure you all imagined, whenever a big name off of Wall Street wants to come in and grow the sport of basketball, the NCAA usually steps in. So when the Players era was announced just last year, the NCAA sent a letter to every school and reminded them that colleges and universities can't pay their players for playing in an event, even if that event goes through the school's NIL collective. So what did Berger and partners do? They made a deal that would get players their own NIL deals as a result for being in the tournament. This means that the schools can keep the $1 million and use it elsewhere, while the players can make their own money on the side. While Las Vegas is a city that's known for leaving people in the red, like I did this past week on Beat the Bookie, the Players Era Festival gives colleges and players alike to leave in the green. Isabella?
Thanks, Nathaniel. Well, from primetime football to primetime drama, the NFL is teaming up with some familiar reality TV personalities next month for Sunday Night Football. Here to break it down is our reality TV reporter, Lane Yeager. Lane, thank you so much for breaking all of this down for us. Of course. Can you just tell us a little bit more about what this is going to entail?
Absolutely. The NFL is teaming up with Peacock to produce an all-cast entitled Reality Hot Seat, and it will be done on December 7th for the Sunday Night Football game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans, I believe. I'm not really much of a sports girl.
Me either. I can't fact check you on that either.
Yes, and Peacock has stated that it will really highlight the storylines, rivalries, and larger-than-life personalities that make professional football as captivating as a hit reality TV show. And Peacock has been home to Sunday Night Football since their partnership with the NFL began in 2021. However, this is the first time that they have ventured into these alternate broadcasts together.
Very cool. Well, do we know who's going to be hosting this reality hot seat?
We do. It will be hosted by Survivor and the Traitors alum Rob Mariano, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Heather Gay, E! News' Justin Sylvester, and Kate Chastain of Below Deck and the Traitors. And they are going to be calling the game. However, don't worry, it'll be through the lens of, the unscripted storylines that are occurring on the field. They'll kind of go into any rising emotions they see between players and coaches, any sideline tension, and kind of call the game as if it was a reality TV show. And Peacock has even stated that fans can expect some surprises, some special guests, and even some exclusive sneak peeks.
That is so cool. I have to know, do you know what the intended goal behind this alt cast was? Because it is a really interesting idea.
The NFL has kind of been leaning into these alternate broadcasts with its partners throughout the past couple years. ESPN2 regularly shows a Monday Night Football special featuring Eli and Peyton Manning, and Nickelodeon has actually aired multiple games with some slime effects thrown in and some cameos from their iconic characters such as SpongeBob and Patrick. And I think the NFL is really trying to cater to much wider audiences with these broadcasts, and I think that Reality Hot Seat will definitely do that because it's pulling from major passions that people have, which is football and reality TV. So I think that a lot of loyal fans will be tuning in.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lane. When we return, actors are torn over whether or not to allow AI to use their voices in movies. Our film reporter will have more when Unpeeled comes right back.
Dad?
Great job.
Just 1 minute, okay? Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
First, AI was just about giving you the answers to homework questions or providing dinner recipes, but now AI is taking over the film industry in ways no one could have ever imagined. Our film reporter Abby Tolchin is here to explain what's going on.
Big screens in a few different ways. First, what I think is the environment is the use of AI to famous actors' voices. Recently, actors like Matthew McConaughey and Michael Caine teamed up with an AI audio company called 11 Labs to produce virtual replications of their voices. Now, McConaughey is using this replication to make a Spanish language audio version of his newsletter, Lyrics of Livin', in his own voice. No other projects will be able to use his voice without his approval. While Caine's deal with 11 Labs is a little different, he is letting companies and other creative teams request approval for his voice for projects and content. He joins other celebrity voices like Judy Garland, John Wayne, Maya Angelou, and Babe Ruth, who are all a part of this marketplace. 11 Labs says this now iconic voice marketplace, quote, solves a key ethical challenge in AI-driven media creation by enabling the ethical sourcing and licensing of some of the world's most recognizable voices. However, some other celebrities are not too happy about this. While promoting his latest film, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, Morgan Freeman said that he's PO'd or pissed off by all the AI technology. He explains how, quote, I'm like any other actor. Don't mimic me with falseness. I don't appreciate it, and I get paid for doing stuff like that. So if you're gonna do it without me, you're robbing me. Freeman currently has his lawyers working to make sure his voice can never be used by AI. Now, AI isn't stopping at voices. It is now being used for the filmmaking process as a whole, and Oscar-winning director Gore Verbinski is very upset about this new involvement. He questions why tech needs to come at a cost to artists. Verbinski says, quote, there are certain things we need to do as humans. Why is it AI taking away the things that make us most fundamentally human? And I don't blame him. Instead of taking away our ability to be creative, maybe we can have AI take over jobs like picking up garbage or cleaning bathrooms. Now, AI might not have written this story, but no promises it's not writing the scripts to your favorite TV shows and movies. But for now, I'm your film reporter, Abby Tolchin. Isabella, back to you.
Thanks, Abby. What the Syracuse community doesn't know is that there are more music venues than just the On Center and the Dome. Our Syracuse events reporter, Maddie Ritter, is taking us on a tour of the sounds in the Salt City, including a performance happening in just a few minutes. Hey, Maddie.
Thanks, Isabella. Jake Minch is taking on the song and dance tonight for the Syracuse stop of his George on tour. Minch is an artist emerging in the indie genre with over 150,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. His most popular song, Fingers and Clothes, has over 1.8 million streams. The song first became popular with a TikTok trend, but has grown in popularity to listeners all over the world. His performance tonight is set to begin at 8 in Armory Square. But Minch isn't the only performer who's taking Syracuse music venues by storm. The music scene in Syracuse has seen some major new developments. One new venue that we're seeing get some notice is the Fitz, an underground speakeasy. This venue is located below Oh My Darling, a popular downtown Syracuse restaurant. Now, you may be asking, who's performing at the Fitz? Students! There's a student jazz series called The Scene, in which there are performances that occur on Thursday evenings. There are also performances from local bands in the Syracuse area. Another Syracuse music venue, although is more known, is the Westcott Theater. From DJ shows to Swiftie dance parties to holiday artisan markets, the Westcott Theater is bringing in all kinds of crowds. EDM duo Luco, known for their rooftop and club performances, performed at the Westcott Theater just a month ago. They showcased the mashups they first went viral for on TikTok. Additionally, Bunt, a German EDM artist, had a performance at the Westcott Theater back in September. It's not his first time in Syracuse. He was also at Harvey's Garden last spring. Venues like this are giving emerging artists their chance to shine in a live setting. So I've got a show to catch. Back to you guys.
Well, thanks, Maddie. When we get back, this holiday movie is sure to steal some of the spotlight on Broadway. Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner.
Go. Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were on my team.
When it comes to your favorite celebrity, who cares about boundaries or barricades, right? Wrong. Our pop culture reporter Sigourney Bell and music reporter Elizabeth Gottlieb are here to break down the infamous Pajama Man. Excuse me. Girls, happy to be here with you guys.
Happy to be here, Rob.
Well, listen, Sigourney, what happened at this Wicked premiere that started all this discourse?
Yeah, well, a fan, Johnson Wynn, 26-year-old Australian influencer, had the golden chance to go to a Wicked premiere. And what he does with that chance is kind of crazy. While he's watching all of the co-stars walk down the aisle, he decides to jump over the barricade and rush towards Ariana Grande. Now, it definitely shook her up a little bit, but luckily her co-star Cynthia Erivo was there to move Johnson Wynn out of the way before security could come and escort him out. Now, because of this, he actually went to trial and got 9 days in jail for being a public nuisance, and prosecutors said that he had a lack of remorse throughout the trial, but Johnson Wynn said that he would never do this again.
Wow, Jesus. I mean, Elizabeth, has anything like this ever happened before?
Yeah, I mean, it happened actually quite recently in June at a Katy Perry concert in Sydney, when it jumped up onto the stage while Katy Perry was performing Hot and Cold. He tried to put his arm around her, like trying to hug her. She quickly beelined away, Jesus. And eventually security came up onto the stage to drag Wynn off of it. Now, he got arrested for that, and there too he also said that he was not going to stage crash again, but obviously based off of what Sigourney just said, that was not the case. He's done this multiple times. He was even banned from Olympic Park from stage crashing one of the Weeknd show, and he also stage crashed one of the Chainsmokers shows.
That's awful. What do you guys think about all this?
I mean, I think it was definitely really unfortunate that this has happened to anyone, but specifically Ariana Grande. She's spoken out about her PTSD from the Manchester concert bombing she had a few years ago. So I think this was definitely an unfortunate situation for her. But also, Chaperone has spoken out before about crazy fan behavior. She got a lot of backlash for that, but we're seeing that exact same thing happen. So maybe she was actually kind of right.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. This is a huge safety concern for the artist, but it also ruins the fan experience a little bit. You're paying a lot of money to see these artists perform, and you're getting to see a man getting dragged off the stage. It definitely throws off the vibe a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Now we're going to toss it to Isabella. We're going to talk more about some Broadway.
Thanks, Rob. Well, some of the most beloved childhood stories are getting a bold makeover under the Broadway lights. These tales are leaping off of the page and into show-stopping productions. And here is our Broadway reporter, Kate Galanti, to tell us more. Hey, Kate.
Thank you, Isabella. What happens when childhood classics leap from the page to the Broadway stage? Let's look to the green grouch that made his way from a storybook villain to a musical headliner. Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas first hit bookshelves in 1957, introducing us to the wonderful land of Whoville. The resentful Grinch lives in self-isolation, particularly annoyed by Christmas cheer, until he meets young Cindy Lou Who shows him the beautiful gift of friendship. The story came to animated life in 1966 with a television special, but didn't take the stage until 1994. The Minneapolis Children's Theater Company adapted the title into a children's musical, with Christmas Carol serving as the score. It was then taken over by the Tony Award-winning director Jack O'Brien, where the current version features reiterations of Seuss's original story, as well as new tunes with flashy choreography. The show has had 2 record-breaking holiday runs on Broadway, is currently on a national touring leg, and remains a family favorite. The Grinch isn't the only childhood book that made its way to the stage. Matilda by Roald Dahl, a story about a brilliant young girl neglected by her parents, had its start in London after the Roald Dahl estate made a proposition for a stage adaptation of the story to the Royal Shakespeare Company. The show opened on Broadway in 2013 and won the Tony Award for Best New Musical and Best Choreography. Adapting children's classics for the Broadway stage means honoring imagination while also rewriting the rules of storytelling for a whole new audience. The creators of Matilda made a conscious effort to keep Dahl's witty edge while not softening it too much for younger audiences. The musical balanced both satirical and whimsical elements to keep the story we all know and love, while also making it appealing to children and adults alike. From Whoville to Crunch'em Hall, these adaptations remind us that children's stories never really stay small. On stage, they expand to become louder, brighter, and even more meaningful than before. I'm your Broadway reporter, Kate Galanti. Back to you, Isabella.
Thanks, Kate. When we return, we're floating into New York City for an annual Turkey Day event. You won't want to miss it.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back to Unpeeled. There is nothing better than waking up on Thanksgiving morning, turning on the TV, and watching the Macy's Day Parade. From seeing new floats to celebrity performances, the parade is a tradition that will never die down. For this year's 99th annual parade, Tony Award-winning Wicked star Cynthia Erivo is set to kickstart the day.
Alongside Erivo, 26 other artists will perform, including Callum Scott, Christopher Jackson, and Sierra. There are also some fun new floats, including a Labubu themed float, there it is, a Lego float, and the smallest float in the parade's history. Get this, a goldfish float that's under 8 inches tall.
That is so crazy. I would never think that I would see a float of that size, but also something I else would never think that I would see is a Labubu float.
This is one of the scariest things I think I may have ever seen.
This trend of the Labubus has gone too far. And I mean, there's even going to be a Labubu movie coming out.
Yeah.
But Labubus kind of freak me out. But you know what else freaks me out is the old original floats from the Macy's Day Parade.
This is nothing compared to...
Just look at these. These are insane. I
thought that was you when it first came up.
Okay,
Isabella
Rob.
was planning on making that joke about me. So
All
I
right,
had to
no,
get there
I was
before
planning on
you.
making it about you for the next one, I'm pretty sure, because the next one I'm pretty sure is identical to Rob. Like, look at Pinocchio.
I see it.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's in the body shape.
This doesn't even look like Pinocchio. Like, they just did Pinocchio so dirty. They could have done really well.
Pinocchio has been lying, as you can tell here. He's
lying big time.
Lying his head off here. I mean, this is a good crowd, though. For
I
the
know.
parade.
I mean, Macy's Day Parade, it always turns out. They always have so many people come and watch, and if you can't go in person, everybody's watching it on their TVs. We have one more that I think we're going to look at.
There
Oh
he
my
is.
God. These are just so creepy.
Look at this kid. He
I feel bad for
obviously
them.
has no interest in what's going on
No.
here. These guys love it, though. I mean, these people are way too happy to see this guy. I mean, that ear, he could probably still hear us from here.
Probably. Well,
me.
unfortunately, that is all the time
There
that
he
we
is.
have with you tonight.
Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to follow us on our socials at Unpeeled_Syracuse on Instagram and at CitrusTVE on X. I'm Rob Gabrik.
And I'm Isabella Galan. We'll see you in 2 weeks at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Well, from all of us at Unpeeled, happy Thanksgiving, Syracuse.